Good evening, and welcome to the 2024 Immigrant Rights Leadership Awards. My name is Jorge Rivas, and I'm the Director of the Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs. We are very excited to see this room full of folks to celebrate an amazing group of immigrants today. But before we get started, I would like to introduce an opening performance. Please give a warm welcome to our very own Immigrant Rights Commissioner, Lucia Obregon, who will be joined by Arturo Mendez on guitar. They will be performing a song called Roots this evening for us. This song was created by Lucia and Arturo's band, Itu Mestica, a Latin fusion ensemble comprising immigrants from Venezuela, Guatemala, Chile, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. This song is dedicated to our immigrant youth. Take it away, Lucia and Arturo.
Sí, sí.
You're the tree that grows. You're the flower that blooms. You're the river that flows. You're the mountain that stands. You're the tree that grows. You're the flower that blooms. You're the river that flows. You're the mountain that stands. You're the tree that grows. Hey, little brother. Don't worry, baby. I know you're scared, but you're strong enough. You're strong enough, 'cause you're the flower that blooms. You're the river that flows. You're the mountain that stands. You're the tree that grows. You're the flower that blooms. You're the river that flows. You're the mountain that stands. You're the tree that grows. You're the flower that blooms. You're the river that flows. You're the mountain that stands. You're the tree that grows. Thank you.
Gracias.
Give it up once again for Lucia and Arturo from Ite Mystica. On behalf of San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission and the Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs, welcome to the 2024 Immigrant Rights Leadership Awards. We are thrilled to be celebrating our immigrant communities this evening. As a quick reminder, we have Spanish, Cantonese, and Filipino interpretation available. And if you need services, please go to the back table to ask for those interpretation services. We're delighted that you are here tonight for this special event to honor the powerful contributions of local leaders, supporters, champions of immigrant communities. But let's begin with acknowledging the land we stand on. We're going to do the Ramaytush Ohlone land acknowledgement first. This is done at every Immigrant Rights Commission meeting that we have. We, the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission, acknowledge that we are on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone, who are the only inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. As the indigenous stewards of this land and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten their responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as for all peoples who reside on the traditional territory. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living, working on their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors, elders, relatives of the Ramaytush community, and by affirming their sovereign rights as First Peoples. With that, we are joined today by two city leaders. We are very grateful to hear from them today. First, I'd like to invite City Administrator Carmen Chu onto the stage. Carmen previously served as assessor for the city, and before that, as an elected representative on the Board of Supervisors representing District 4. She's the first Asian American woman to serve as city administrator in San Francisco. Give it up for Carmen.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carmen Chu, and I serve as San Francisco City Administrator, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to San Francisco City Hall. I also want to say it's so lovely to see friends that I've known for so many years and so many of the awardees who were recognized last year. This is probably one of my favorite events, an event that is able to recognize the contributions and to uplift the stories of our immigrant communities. I also want to recognize a few folks who have joined me today. I want to thank, of course, our City Attorney David Chu, who you're going to hear from in just a moment. David? I want to recognize, of course, I see Dean Preston, Supervisor Preston at the end over there. Joaquin Torres, our assessor recorder, who's joined us. And of course, many of our commissioners and department head who is here, our city librarian who is here, of course, our Department of Technology who is here, and many others. I'll just say that this event is so important for us to continue to uplift the stories and the contributions of the immigrant communities. I think as many of you may have known, even from my own background, my family was also an immigrant family. All of my aunties, my mom and dad, all immigrated here many years ago. It took them such a long time to get rooted, to make sure that they provided for our family, and I know every one of you has a story to tell about either your own family who came or those who came before you, and those yet to come who are also going to need all of our help to make sure that they have a strong foundation here in San Francisco. Because the truth is that our immigrant communities have helped to build San Francisco that we know today, to help build the country that we have today. And the strength of our city and the strength of our country comes from our immigrant communities too. And that is an important voice to uplift. I want to thank the Immigrant Rights Commission, Celine Cannelli, and all of the commissioners who have been part of the commission for really helping to uplift the voices of our immigrant community, but also for hosting and creating this event where we can bring the stories here in City Hall, the seat of government, to recognize you, your contributions, your family, the community. I just want to say that the presentation or the performance right beforehand was just really beautiful. And if I can just repeat the words that I heard, because it spoke so much to my heart and what I think about our immigrant communities. They said, "You're the flower that blooms, you're the river that flows, you're the mountain that stands, you're the tree that grows." Isn't that amazing and isn't that beautiful? So with that, today, I just again want to welcome you to San Francisco City Hall. I also want to make sure that today we uplift you all front and center, and that as we tell the stories of each one of the awardees tonight, I'm not going to say their names just because we want to make sure that we give the IRC the opportunity to present you in a way that can tell your story. I hope you'll listen to the stories and be just as proud as I am of all the contributions each and every one of the awardees has made to our city. Without them, we would not be the city that we are today. So thank you so much for all of your contributions, and I hope you have a wonderful time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, City Administrator Chu, for those kind words. Now, I'd like to invite our City Attorney David Chu to the stage. A champion of immigrant rights in San Francisco, David previously served as the 17th Assembly District Rep in the California State Legislature. And prior to that, he served as the president of the Board of Supervisors here in San Francisco. He's also the first Asian American elected to lead the City Attorney's Office in San Francisco. Welcome to the stage.
Good evening, San Francisco. Do we have anyone of immigrant backgrounds here in the People's House tonight? You know, if you could just look out onto yourselves, we represent the diaspora of the world. And it is just incredibly humbling every day that I get to be one of the public servants that represents a city that was built on the backs of immigrants, whose present success depends on our immigrant community, and whose future we know relies on our immigrant community. I want to just thank each and every one of you, not just the awardees that we're going to acknowledge tonight, but every one of you have played a role in what is great about San Francisco. I think as my public servant sister Carmen Chu said, and by the way, we have so many Chus in San Francisco that a number of us can serve as your elected officials. This is deeply personal. As a son of immigrants, as someone who practiced immigrant rights law before I became an elected official, I look out onto this room and I see activists who worked with me on language access ordinance when I was in the Board of Supervisors, who worked with me when I was in the legislature on the Immigrant Tenant Protection Act and the Immigrant Worker Protection Act. And I see folks here in this room who 20 years ago we started this conversation and dared to suggest that immigrant parents ought to be able to vote in school board elections. And as your city attorney, I am so proud that San Francisco is not just the first city to allow that, but the first city to successfully legally defend the right of our immigrant parents to vote in school board elections. But I have to say, we know we are at a moment in our national history when, again, our immigrants are under attack. Our family members are being scapegoated. And this is why it's so important for us at this dark time for us to lift up the stories, to lift up the experiences of all of our immigrant families from all of our communities, as well as the most fun cultural events that we have in our city, from Carnaval to Pistahan to Nihonmachi and the Italian Heritage Parade. I am not going to spoil the names of our champions of justice, our volunteers of the year, our youth leaders, and our grassroots leaders, but I do want to take a one point of privilege. The woman who we are going to honor as our entrepreneur of the year runs a capoeira institute in the heart of the Mission. where my second grader has learned how to dance capoeira. And I haven't been able to tell the maestra that just last week my son performed in his first talent show at a Chinese immersion school and explained to his mostly Asian classmates the history of Afro-Brazilian capoeira. And to me, this is what this ceremony is about. It's about uplifting that work and the work of each and every one of you, because this is San Francisco, this is who we are, and whether folks in our country don't want us here, we are here to stay, we are here to thrive, we are here to succeed. Thank you so much for representing our immigration community.
Thank you for those inspiring words, City Attorney David Chu. We're excited to share as well that even though the mayor could not be here today, she sends her regards, but we're excited to share that June has been declared as Immigrant Heritage Month in San Francisco by Mayor London Breed. We have a copy of the proclamation here, which I won't read because it's pretty lengthy. We have a lot of contributions we've made. The proclamation only reaffirms our commitment to the city in supporting and uplifting immigrant communities. So thank you again, Mayor London Breed, for the recognition. I would also like to welcome and recognize members of the Council of Corps who are here today. I believe Peru is here with us. Yeah. Right there. And then I'd also like to recognize any of the supervisors and their staff if they're here today. President Peskin, which I see staff, Supervisor Preston, Supervisor Safai's office, and let's see, am I missing anybody else? Yeah, Supervisor Preston. Okay. And of course, I also like to recognize any other department heads that were not recognized already. I think I see the arts director. Did I see him walking in? Director? There you go. Oh, Remington, thank you. And then Public Defender Maju, thanks for coming. And with that, I know that I missed somebody, so I'm just going to continue moving on with the list. But with that, I want to welcome onto the stage all our current immigrant rights commissioners. Please join me on stage. As the commissioners make their way up, I am pleased to introduce the chair and the vice chair of the Immigrant Rights Commission, the Honorable Celine Kennelly and the vice chair, Kudrat Chowdhury.
Thank you, Director Rivas. I am going to give a quick shout out to the Vice Consul from Ireland, Jennifer Chadwick, who has joined us this evening. She's hiding over there in the corner. We are most pleased to welcome you all tonight for the Immigrant Leadership Awards. The San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission first held this awards ceremony in 2017 as a way to commemorate and celebrate 20 years of the Commission. This is our 7th Immigrant Leadership Awards celebration and our 27th year as a Commission. Tonight, we are honouring local immigrant leaders and champions of the immigrant community for their unmatched leadership and dedication. We hope that this celebration serves as a reminder of the beauty, strength, resilience, and love our community holds.
Thank you, Chair. For those of you who may not be familiar with the IRC, here's a little bit about us. The Immigrant Rights Commission serves as an advisory body to the Mayor and Board of Supervisors on issues related to the quality of life and civic participation of all immigrants in San Francisco. Our commission meets on the second Monday of every month at 5:30 p.m. All of our meetings are open to the public, and we encourage you all to attend any future meeting or special event.
So at this time, we would like to take this opportunity to introduce all of the Immigrant Rights Commissioners. And Commissioners, please wave when I call your name. So in alphabetical order by last name, Soha Abdu, Alahe Ensani, Asil Farah, Haragu Gaim, Jose Ng, Mario Paz, Victor Q, Jesse Ruiz, Marco Senghor, Sarah Sousa, and we send greetings from Commissioner Alicia Wong. Lastly, we would like to give a very, very special thanks and congratulations to Commissioners Franklin M. Ricarte and Lucia Obregon Matzer, who have served as co-chairs of this event's awards committee. Also joining the awards committee were Commissioners Farah, Paz, Senghor, and Vice Chair Chowdhury. Thank you all for your work putting this together. So before our fellow commissioners return to their seats, we are going to take a moment to take a quick photograph since we're all present and correct. So commissioners, if I can ask you to move forward, please.
Would like to acknowledge that the San Francisco Board of Supervisors have provided certificates of honor to each of our awardees this evening. They will be receiving these certificates when they're recognized this evening. Now, I will hand it over to one of the co-chairs of our awards committee, Franklin M. Ricarte, to take it away and begin the Immigrant Leadership Awards ceremony. Please give him a big round of applause.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate our immigrant leaders. Our first award recognizes the extraordinary leadership of an immigrant-run or owned small business that supports immigrant communities. Tonight, we have the honor of recognizing Márcia Treidler of ABADÁ-Capoeira, San Francisco, with the Entrepreneur Leader Award. Márcia Treidler broke barriers when she received the title Mestra in Brazil in 2013, the first time one of the largest capoeira schools in the world promoted a woman to its highest level. Márcia began her journey in San Francisco in 1982, and her passion to share the art of capoeira with her community eventually led to her to obtain U.S. citizenship and build a thriving capoeira community in San Francisco. For 30 years, ABADÁ-Capoeira has united and uplifted diverse populations in the mission and has made it possible for many young people to train in capoeira for free. Márcia's achievements paved the way for women in capoeira, for the LGBTQ community, and for countless capoeira students in San Francisco and worldwide. Congratulations, Márcia.
All right, first, thank you for the commissioners. Thank you so much for the, like having my name on the table and be able to be here today. As an immigrant, came here 32 years ago, undocumented, like you already said it all. I started capoeira in Brazil, in Rio, and 42, 43 years ago as a teenager. So I know the benefits that capoeira can give it to young ones, and there's no age limit really. So improving people's life, and through capoeira, you become a better person because you learn to respect yourself, you learn how to respect each other, you respect your limitations, everyone have one, and you learn how to respect also their limitations, work on that, right? We all can improve. So always room for improvement, no matter how old you are. In capoeira, the older you get, the better you get. It's different than many sports. And another thing that's like I want you guys to take away from my experience in capoeira, that it is a big advocate for the Portuguese language, is the world speaking Portuguese through capoeira, not through samba or football, it's capoeira, because all the songs are sung in Portuguese. And through that as well, learning a lot of the history. That's the African traditions in Brazil, when capoeira was prohibited by law and couldn't be practiced. So many boundaries that capoeira brought you to the history, and through capoeira, through the word of mouth, through generation to generation, they share their tradition, share their culture. And that's how capoeira came together. It's so unique and so diverse, you know, and so it's time to wrap it up. I just want to thank you again for everyone involved in this event, and thank you so much. Humble to receive this title. Thank you.
So much love. Our next award is for Grassroots Leader. This award recognizes nonprofit organizations or individuals who have demonstrated extraordinary leadership for immigrant communities. Tonight, we recognize the work of Chanthyasack of the Tenderloin Community Benefit District. Search has helped create a safe space for families and youth in the heart of the Tenderloin. Since joining the Tenderloin Community Benefit District last year, he started a Soccer Fridays and Girls' Night Out at the Tenderloin Recreation Center and Playground. He co-founded and co-chairs the South Asian Arts and Culture Coalition, which hosts the Mid-Autumn Harvest Festival in the Tenderloin. He serves as the executive director of the Laotian American National Alliance, and he co-founded the San Francisco International Lao New Year Festival in the Civic Center and UN Plazas. Welcome to the stage, Serge.
Sorry, I lost my notes. Okay, here we go. All glory to God. I want to thank my family for the love and the support, Tenderloin Community Benefit District for this opportunity, San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission and Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrants Affairs for recognizing my contributions to the beautiful, vibrant, extraordinary Tenderloin community that I have the privilege to serve. When you find yourself at the intersection of your passion, the work becomes a labor of love. The pursuit of the American dream and liberty through the lenses of a refugee, such as my family, and immigrants are not that much different. Both are working hard, tirelessly, to build good lives for themselves and good futures for their families. The Tenderloin is full of refugees and immigrants from around the world. It's truly the world's melting pot of people, cultures, and languages. As a soccer player, dad, and coach, I understood that soccer was an international language that connects all of us in the spirit of play, making it the world's beautiful game. As a youth voice manager, I discovered a demand and need of the Tenderloin, especially middle school and high school teens, needing a safe, fun, youth-centered space for them to play in promoting individual and community health through sports activities. Along the way, we uncovered demand of Arab moms and daughters who needed privacy and cultural accommodations for them to feel safe and free to play too. The TL already had weekly Friday soccer activities for elementary-age kids on the Civic Center. Soccer Fridays for middle school and high schoolers, free teen drop-in at the Tenderloin Rec Center was born in June 9, 2023, and we have weekly attendance of over 100 people every Friday. The vision and purpose of Soccer Friday was to provide Tenderloin youth and teens opportunities to play in a safe, fun, positive environment, allowing them to feel welcome, valued, and recognized. A youth-centered space to socialize, learn, developing team and community building skills. Showcase to the world, the Tenderloin is full of beauty, unique, and diverse youth. Highlight positive activities to change the perspective and negative narrative people read and see about in the news. Leaders lead with their vision, collaborating with partners who support and share their vision to achieve positive community impact. And I'll leave you with a quote, an African proverb unknown: if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. Thank you.
Our next award is the Youth Leader Award. The award recognizes a courageous immigrant leader under the age of 35 who has helped or inspired other immigrant youth in their community and beyond. We're excited to present this award to Selamawit Tekle Asmerom. Salam is a registered trauma nurse at the Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital. As a member of the hospital's Diversity Council, she educates staff and family members on how to support immigrant communities. She helped organize a health expo focused on the Eritrean and Ethiopian community in the Fillmore, and collaborated with restaurants during the pandemic to feed frontline workers. Salam is a powerhouse of a leader in many communities she serves. She has organized protests as a part of the Black Lives Matter movement, served as the co-chair of the Women's March San Francisco, and currently is on the board of the Mama G's Street Dinners, whose main goal is to feed food-insecure residents of the Tenderloin. Please welcome Salam.
Wow. Kudrat, I will talk to you later about this introduction. Not an emotional, I'm not a public speaking kind of person, and so this is a little hard for me. So bear with me as I stutter and have dry mouth. I'm going to start off by saying thank you to the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission for selecting me to receive this award. The work you do for the immigrants in the city is amazing, and I'm humbled and honored to be recognized by you. Quite honestly, I had a hard time accepting and hearing that I was nominated and selected for this award, and I felt unworthy of it, and I still do feel unworthy of this award. But I'm hoping it inspires someone out there, and if that's what it's going to do, then I'm here to accept this award. And So today I accept this award with a deep sense of humility, gratitude, and responsibility. On a personal note, I've had such a great opportunity to meet a lot of people who have been mentors and guided me through my journey of activism and advocacy. The biggest of them all being my father. I had the pleasure of being raised by a missionary doctor in Tanzania who focused on health outreach and advocating for the underserved communities. I wish you could be here today to witness the impact he had on my life. But I have a great support system. I see my family, my friends, my colleagues from San Francisco General here today. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Let's continue to show up for each other, for the immigrant community, and let's amplify the voices for those who can't. Thank you so much.
Yes. Salam, you are 1,000% worthy of it. Our next award is the Volunteer of the Year. This award recognizes someone who has gone above and beyond to support our immigrants in our community with their own personal dedication of time, care, and skill. We are excited to present this award to Bette Stockton. Bette Kane Stockton served as an immigration judge from 1990 to 2011. The year after she retired in 2012, President Obama launched a Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, also known as DACA. When she learned for the need for pro bono legal help, Bette began volunteering to help people apply for DACA. She started as a volunteer with Catholic Charities and now volunteers with the Immigration Institute of the Bay Area. Bette is one of the longest serving volunteers with the San Francisco Pathways to Citizenship workshops, where she has helped immigrants apply for citizenships for over 10 years. She exemplifies the lifelong value of giving back to the community. Congratulations, Bette.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much. I am astounded by the people who have already been introduced and what they have accomplished in this area of San Francisco and the Bay Area. I am thrilled to be here, and I am certainly humbled because what I do is nothing compared to what everyone else is doing. I want to say thank you so much for this honor, and I encourage anybody who wants a second or third career in their life to keep on volunteering. Thank you.
For our next awards, the Immigrant Rights Commission recognizes 4 outstanding community organizations who are celebrating milestone anniversaries this year. One of them is in its 30th year. Another is celebrating 45 years, another 50 years, and one of San Francisco's longest running cultural celebration is now in its 155th year. These community organizations, often entirely or mostly run by volunteers, are San Francisco's culture bearers, tirelessly coordinating annual parades and festivals to ensure their heritage and traditions are simultaneously remembered and honored by community members and celebrated by all of San Francisco. With that, I'll hand it over to my co-chair for the first awardee.
Up first for special recognition is one of the largest multicultural celebrations on the West Coast. It just happened 2 weeks ago. Carnaval San Francisco has contributed to the fabric of the Mission District in the San Francisco Bay Area's identity for over 4 decades. In the time of gentrification, it preserves and celebrates Latino, Caribbean, and Afro diasporic traditions. Carnaval in San Francisco began in 1978, and in 1979, dancers and drummers congregated in San Francisco Presida Park. Every Memorial Day weekend, Carnaval in San Francisco is an opportunity for cultures and families to come together in one spirit. We are proud to present this honor to Carnaval San Francisco. Accepting this award is the Executive Director, Rodrigo Duran. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much to the Immigrant Rights Commission for this special recognition. My name is Rodrigo Duran. I'm a San Francisco native and the Executive Director of Carnaval. Before I pass the baton and the mic to 2 of my fellow colleagues, I just want to acknowledge our ancestors, our forefathers, our foremothers, our elders who have paved the way for us to continue this cultural celebration, to highlight and uplift and empower the immigrant voices in San Francisco and the Bay Area for over 46 years. A special recognition to Roberto Hernandez, who is a culture bearer, a leader, a mentor of all of us, and Carnaval San Francisco is still here because of him. Without further ado, Lucia, take the mic, Lucia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosine Garcia, and I'm the Festival Vendor Coordinator for Carnaval San Francisco. To begin with, we take over the stage. We are pocos pero locos, as we like to say. So for me, I've been with Carnaval for a little over 4 years now. It holds a special place in my heart because I'm not originally from here, but it's what made San Francisco feel like home. I'm a Chicana. I was raised as a no sabo kid, if you know what that is. And so Carnaval for me has allowed me to, 1, learn Spanish, 2, encourage me to delve deeper into my cultural traditions while learning about others, and 3, grow closer to my mom, who immigrated here by herself when she was 20 years old from Mexico. Carnaval for me is home, from our production team that is on this stage to our 200 plus volunteers and our vendors and all the crazy fun stuff that happens during the event. And so I just wanted to say thank you to the Immigrant Rights Commission for recognizing us, because for me, I know it's what creates San Francisco. And I'll pass it on to one of our other production team members, Juanito.
Nukan Paka Niskakia. Buenas tardes a sus corazones. Mi nombre es Juan Serrano, soy originario de Tiripetío, Michoacán, soy inmigrante. Quiero agradecer a los comisionados por este hermoso reconocimiento. También quiero darle gracias a todo el equipo del Carnaval por hacer esto tan bello, tan abrir las puertas a nuestra cultura, a multidiversidad de culturas. En mi experiencia me han ayudado a ser un líder en la comunidad, me han ayudado también, me han abierto las puertas como artesano, como artista, dándome la oportunidad y apuchándome, siempre estando ahí a mi lado y dándome esa gran oportunidad que tienen. Quiero agradecer a cada uno del equipo del Carnaval, porque para mí la unión hace la fuerza. Todos somos uno y uno somos todos. Con pocos pero locos siempre vamos a seguir adelante. Gracias Carnaval por ese empuje siempre, no nomás a mí, sino a todos los artistas de la comunidad. Muchísimas gracias.
Next, we have another outstanding cultural celebration that recently reached a huge milestone of 50 years. The Nihonmachi Street Fair celebrates the traditions of Asian American and Pacific Islander communities in Japantown. The Nihonmachi began in 1973 to provide leadership opportunities for young people and to honor the cultural heritage of Japantown that was at risk of being displaced. Today, it represents a broader range of AAPI communities. Nihonmachi has stayed true to its original mission, developing young Asian American leaders and building a community that celebrates its culture and diversity. We happily present this honor to Nihonmachi Street Fair. Accepting this award is Executive Director Grace Hiroki. Welcome.
Wow, I feel the love in this room tonight. Thank you to the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission, of course, the Director Rivas and his staff for helping to organize this tonight. We were so honored to receive the email from Director Rivera letting us know that we were receiving this honor. And frankly, we did not even know these kind of honors existed. So thank you so much. The street fair started back in '73. During that time, there's a lot of movement in our young adults, young people. The Asian movement, Asian American movement was starting to bubble. And through that, a lot of young people were fighting for their parents, their grandparents. We saw community organizations such as Kimochi Senior Service Provider, Japanese Community Youth Council, Nihonmachi Legal Outreach, Chinatown Youth Council, many organizations really started popping up that time. So, we're continuing to bring the Asian American voices here to San Francisco, and we have to really show the people outside the city that San Francisco is so diverse. We have such a rich culture, there's something going on every weekend during the summertime especially. We also, first street fair was held on May 19th, 1974. It wasn't really to celebrate anything Japanese. It was really to celebrate Malcolm X's birthday. Fight the power, that's right. We continue to bridge those bridges. We continue to work with partners throughout the street fair. It's not only the street fair weekend, but throughout the pop-ups as well. So, really want to thank the founders of the street fair, Steve Nakajo and Ron and Kenny Kanzaki. Still, my brothers, we are still moving for our community, embracing all communities. Thank you very much.
I'm excited and honored to present our next award for special recognition to the Pistahan Parade and Festival. Celebrating its milestone 30th year, Pistahan was founded by the Filipino-American Arts Exposition in 1994, after more than 4,000 Filipino families were displaced from the South of Market neighborhood to accommodate the redevelopment of the Moscone Convention Center, the Metreon, and the Yerba Buena Gardens complex. Pistahan was born out of the community's activism to honor and preserve the legacy of the Filipino and Filipino-American community's roots in what is now Soma Pilipinas, the Filipino Cultural Heritage District in San Francisco. Pistahan's mission is to broaden awareness and deepen understanding of Filipino heritage and traditions, spark cultural pride, and foster community empowerment. Today, Pistahan attracts over 50,000 people from all over the San Francisco Bay Area to its two-day celebration each year in August. Accepting this award is the president of the Filipino-American Arts Exposition, Al Perez.
Thank you. Sincere thanks to the Immigrant Rights Commission and the Office of Civil Engagement and Immigrant Affairs for this honor. And special shout out to Commissioner Franklin Ricarte, one of the awards committee chairs, for the nomination. I'm so honored to accept this award on behalf of the hundreds of dedicated, passionate, and selfless volunteers, partners, and stakeholders of the Pistahan. Some of them are here tonight. And many, many others who throughout the years helped make this annual celebration of Filipino community, culture, and cuisine something that we can all be proud of, and an event that the entire community can look forward to year after year. Filipino history is not widely included in school textbooks, and the Filipino immigrant stories are underrepresented in mainstream media, in films, on TV, and pop culture. So the Pistahan is one of the few opportunities where we can learn about Filipino history, remember our roots, honor the challenges and triumphs of those who came before us, celebrate our rich heritage, and pass on our traditions with the next generation. I've been a volunteer for Pistahan for over 22 years, and I still learn something new about my culture and heritage year after year. We are indeed an all-volunteer, multi-generational nonprofit organization, and the Pistahan is truly a labor of love. It's a reflection of the amazing things that we can do when we all work together towards a common goal. We would love for all of you to join us at our 31st annual Pistahan happening on August 10 and 11, with a parade happening on August 10. It's going to be at the Yerba Buena Gardens. So follow us on social media and visit us on our website at pistahan.net. And lastly, I'm so delighted to stand in solidarity with fellow festival organizers from Nihonmachi Street Fair, Carnaval, and the Italian Heritage Parade. Thank you so much, and mabuhay.
Our next award for special recognition is for one of the oldest cultural parades in the country. Dating back to 1869, the San Francisco Italian Heritage Parade is the longest continuously running Italian heritage parade in the United States. It celebrates the history and culture of North Beach and the accomplishments of all Italian Americans in the San Francisco Bay Area. Each year, the parade recognizes the civic contributions of community leaders while also welcoming participants from across the Bay. Accepting this award is the San Francisco Italian Heritage Pride President, Paul Tonelli. Congratulations.
Thank you to the commission, and we'll get to that in a second. Our previous honorees and leadership award winners, Márcia, Sourichanh, Selam, and Bette, you guys do all the heavy lifting. We just get to throw a parade. So we have the fun part. Yes, it's been a while, 1869, so we will be our 156th rendition this October. But the thing that's in common, when you think about, the Italians have been here for a while, starting like in 1850 with about 230 residents, to the early 1900s when there were about 20,000, one of the largest Italian populations in the country, to today. But still, on our board of 22 members, we have a number of Italian Americans who are either first or second generations, and they're still on the board of the parade today. So I hate to tell you this to the leadership winners, your work is never done, and you're just getting started. So it's a long tradition. We're very proud of it. I'm Paul Tonelli, and I want to introduce to you our Vice President this year, Joe Chiarello.
Thank you, Paul, and congratulations, everyone. And we'll leave it to the Italians to bring up one of the most important things in the immigrant experience, which is the food. So we say, mangia bene, vive bene, which means eat well, live well. So come to North Beach, enjoy a pasta or pizza, visit all of our great other cultural districts, and enjoy all the wonderful food we have in this city. Thank you so much, everybody.
The parade is Sunday, October 13th. For future years, it's always the second Sunday in October, same weekend as Fleet Week. The parade concludes usually between 2:30 and 3, right when the Blue Angels are getting started. So it's a great day in San Francisco. We'd love to see you in North Beach in October. Most importantly, we'd like to thank our chairman of the board, Steve Leveroni, for leading us each and every single year, and want to make sure that we thank the San Francisco Grants for the Arts. Without their generosity and their contribution, our parade would not be possible. And they step up to the plate every year, and we can't deeply enough express our gratitude to them. And thanks to the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission for this honor. And know that these immigrants in this room tonight and throughout San Francisco, even though our cultures are diverse, our mark on San Francisco through generations is palpable. And that's the way you get things done. Coming from different communities, different cultures, with that diversity, but everyone has their story, their struggle, their successes, and they leave their mark collectively as a group, and that's what makes the city great. So thank you.
So as we move on to our final award of the evening, I would like to again thank our Immigrant Leadership Awards co-chairs, Commissioner Obregon and Commissioner Ricarte. And I would like to express my gratitude and my admiration for all of the awardees here this evening. You are inspirational, and we are so thankful and grateful for all of you. So our final award is the Vera Haile Champion of Justice Award. This special award, named in memory of Immigrant Rights Commissioner Vera Haile, a powerhouse, a lifelong advocate for immigrants, seniors, and all underserved communities. This award is for an organisation or individual that has demonstrated courage and advocacy for justice and equality during turbulent times. And we are proud to present this honour to Tom Ryan of the San Francisco Labour Council. Tom Ryan has been fighting for union workers for decades, and his work centres on building opportunities for immigrant workers and their families. He worked to set up We Rise SF, the only full-service legal immigration centre inside of a union labour council in the country. He also worked on the creation of Sisters with Tools, which focuses on black and brown women getting careers in union construction jobs. And supported the sustainability of Instituto Laboral de la Raza, fighting wage theft for over 20 years in San Francisco. As a union leader, Tom helps to ensure that immigrant workers have a seat at the table by accessing legal services, fighting for their rights in the workplace, and supporting women of colour to access high-paying jobs in the trades. Tom, congratulations.
Hi, folks. I know everyone's trying to get out of here, so I won't be that brief, but I'll be somewhat brief. I just want to say that I am very honored to receive this award, the Champion of Justice Award, and I'm clear that the whole team that I work with belongs up here to accept recognition for the tremendous work they do. Many of them are in the audience, and I want to thank all of you for your support. In order to make significant change, I believe it's critical to have those most affected to be included, to be at the table, to have a voice, and mostly to have power. If you want to impact any strategy for change, those things are necessary. I believe I'm being honored today as the marker for the work done by some amazing organizations that I work with, organizations that impact the lives of immigrant workers each and every day. The most recent ones you heard a little bit about. First, We Rise SF. We Rise is an amazing multilingual, multicultural legal immigration provider within the San Francisco labor movement. We work with hundreds of immigrant union members and their families each year to become citizens and improve their status. To date, we have worked with individuals from over 50 countries, and we've only been in existence for about 8 years. This work changes lives. Second is Instituto Laboral de la Raza. We provide wage assistance for the most vulnerable, often monolingual immigrant workers, and have returned in this year alone, each year, about more than $500,000 through wage settlements that range from a few $100s to $40,000 or $50,000. These settlements help individuals and families, of course, validate workers' belief that their rights in each settlement can be won. And the way I like to see the settlements is that they're sort of like bricks in a wall. And each brick that we add tells employers in San Francisco that not in our town, you can't exploit workers and get away with it. The third organization is Sisters with Tools. This exciting organization is set up to help Black and brown women, enter and sustain themselves in high-paying, union-building trades jobs, which have historically excluded women workers. These women go from their current employment to long careers making $60 to $80 an hour as a union electrician or a plumber, with health care, a pension, hope, and a future. As a cohort, they will be changing their families and their communities, providing stable anchors and role models of what women can achieve. All these organizations are focused on making life better for sectors of the immigrant and/or Black community. Each of these efforts, each organization, is staffed by, led by women and men from those communities they are trying to impact. My role has been to support these efforts and provide sustainability to do our work. In this role, I continue to learn. Usually I stand in awe of the strength, resilience, wisdom, and skills that these staff, volunteers, fellows, and participants demonstrate. We have done this work with support from the San Francisco Labor Council, San Francisco Building and Construction Trades Council, United Way of the Bay Area, along with critical funders from the city and departments like OSEA, like MOH, the state of California, excuse me, and supporters in the ranks of workers across all the trades. And for me personally, I couldn't have done any of this without my wife and partner in all of this work, Gladys Portis, who is in the audience. To me, this award recognizes the importance of building our work with a critical principle in mind of making change through building inclusion, respect, and expertise with impacted communities. Our work shows what can be done and how far we still need to go to reach our potential, to have a vibrant, inclusive labor movement and a stronger San Francisco. In closing, I'd like to say, shukran, she, gracias, thank you.
Give it up one more time for all the honorees tonight. As our program concludes, I would like to again thank everyone for being here this evening. Together, let's continue to uplift each other's work, and celebrate our accomplishments, our culture, and diversity. I would like to invite everybody to stay after the closing performance for reception with light refreshments provided by Foodism, Bishop Abau, and the Irish Immigration Pastoral Center. I also want to give a big shout out and big thank you to the staff at the Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs for making tonight possible. To our language access team who provides interpretation and translation services, but doing interpretation tonight. To our Dream SF Fellowship program, who actually partnered with the Arts Commission to create the frescoes in the back, so you all get a chance to take a look after the ceremony. They were produced by the fellowship members of our office. And also a big shout out to the community ambassador team, who not only keeps our neighborhood safe, but also supports events like this. And I also want to thank the planning committee who helped make this possible. Jamie Richardson, Elena Shore, and Melissa Chan on the team. In the spirit of this great celebration, I'd like to introduce Mixed Persuasion, a youth Polynesian dance group that will be performing traditional dance for us this evening. Please give them a warm welcome. Mixed Persuasion on the stage, please.
If I
Give it up for Mixed Persuasion. So with that, our program concludes, and please go out and celebrate and congratulate our honorees tonight. Have a good evening.